with that, we're gonna start. First of all, thank you guys so much for like doing this like very short notice with me. Again, this was not really planned. I woke up today and I wanted to eat and then stream, and then I was like, oh, there's a maintenance that they announced like 4 or 5 hours before the maintenance starts. And maintenance is, well, now 6 p.m. in Europe, around lunchtime in NA. Not nice. But before we go into that, because we have a lot of things to say about that, I would like all of you to quickly introduce yourself. And if you want, you can drop your Twitch link then. So, Yuna, do you want to go first? Do you want
Hello,
someone else to
I'm
go
Cap.
first?
Hey there, I'm Captain Yona of the AFS Hysteria. I also produce Mecha Break content. It was my turn for the special drops in week 2, and I am here. Well, I'm just I'm just happy to be here. Mostly I'm here to mault about maintenance. I had actually planned to stream this game later. It would have been my first stream back after a week break, and then this happens. Excellent. Thank you for having me, Nani.
Yeah. You're very welcome. And I think it would be good if people could also add, like, if they mostly play, like, ranked or Mashmak, and, like, if you do ranked, what rank you are, just so, like, for later discussions, we can kind of put into
Oh yeah,
perspective where everyone is coming from.
I mostly play ranked Operation Virgin. I'm an Aleseness main.
We all hate Elise's mains in here.
Aww, what did I ever do to you?
Too many lives. All right, Shogun, would you like to go next, please?
Yeah. I'm Grand Shogun Robo. I've been streaming Mecha Break since the betas. I got into the content creator program last wave, and I play ranked Mashmak. I want to do casual, but there's no queue for it right now, so rank's gonna have to do. And I think I'm like a captain or a general. I'm up there. I think I'm almost to where you can't like D rank. I guess what people have been talking about, and I'm a Panaka main.
Nice. Someone in chat is asking, which beta have you started in?
I started in the first one, and I did the second one where they introduced Mashmak, the one just after.
Nice. Right. I'll just continue going down the list. So, Harek, I hope I pronounce your name properly. If I don't, please correct me. Would you like to go
No,
next?
it's okay. Yeah, my name is Harik the Ginger. Mostly a variety streamer, but I play a lot of competitive hero shooters. That's kind of my forte. So I play like Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Mecha Break, obviously, because I'm a huge Mecha fan. Mostly play ranked, and I'm a platinum Velkin main.
I might dislike you even more than Elise's mates.
Well, I
So,
love
we need-
Reinhardt.
Fair point. We need to talk to you about the nerfs later. Maki, do you want to go next?
Yes. My name is Maki. Machiavelli is just Maki. I've been streaming Mecha Break ever since the open beta has started, and been with the creator program since the second beta. My current rank is currently at Champion 4 because I slid down yesterday from Champion 2 over a lose streak from the last few games. I've been maining Trike for the past few months and Stego as a side pick.
Nice. And then currently, last one in here, Azrael. Please introduce yourself as well.
Hey, I'm Azrael. I mostly stream Mecha Break and sometimes Marvel Rivals, but mostly Mecha Break. I am a Lumi main, but I also kind of main Falcon depending on the need of the teams. I am a general in Verge, I think Silver and Ace, and I play also Mashmak. I pretty much play all the modes of the game except casual.
Nice. I'm very curious how casual is gonna go after tomorrow as well. So yeah, for everyone who also doesn't know me, hi, I'm Nani. I'm your host for today. Also a variety streamer with a big focus on Mecha Break right now, and I am a full certified Gooner. That's what got me into Mecha Break, and the gameplay made me stay. So, yeah. With that said, I'd say let's jump in. Like, what are your just like very random first your current thoughts on the state of the game and like the changes we're having now, because I think that's automatically going to bring up a discussion based on what I witnessed earlier in the content creator Discord. Whoever wants to go first, feel free.
So, yeah. You know, you and I, we absolutely agree on this. Everyone, I'm sure, I'm sure we all agree. This was awful. This was a absolutely god-awful communication. They're telling us 3 hours ahead of time that there's going to be a server maintenance on a Sunday afternoon, evening for the Western Hemisphere. During
Yeah.
the time period when many of the fourth world Moonwell streamers would have had their chance, and they're now being taken, and they're now taking that away, and that's now being taken away from them. This is horrible, absolutely horrendous.
I think like what we can add into that is also the last maintenance. For people who don't know, the last maintenance was also at 6 p.m. but on a Monday, so it wasn't like in peak streaming time. Obviously, on the weekend, this sucks for us. But this doesn't only suck for people who have the special drops right now. This also sucks for viewers who maybe were on like a weekend trip or something and wanted to watch in the evening and they can't get the drops now, right? Like that, it's just bad timing. And as Yuna said, the communication around it and the time to, well, plan around things. I would have planned my weekend differently. Let's just put it like that. And I feel like a lot of you would probably agree.
I 100% agree. Also, to kind of
100%.
go against how they don't cater to the West at all. They don't care about us, I guess. If you watched their Twitch the other day where they talked about all the changes coming and they showed us the Stellaris anime, it was in Chinese with no subtitles.
Fantastic.
That reminds
You
me.
know that.
Yeah. So I had no idea what happened until they gave us access to that thing in the creator channel that showed all the content. It had a English version, so I'm not sure why they didn't play that on stream if they knew, you know, the West
I
was going to
feel
be
like
watching that stream.
Yeah, I feel like that is a general thing on the like on the stream. They do have a translator, but I personally like I have a background in Final Fantasy 14, and sometimes or like in other dev streams as well, they just pre-record those things and then have like a proper like either subtitles or like you can kind of choose like a translator from the get-go. I feel like they're usually like kind of done a bit short notice, so to say, in terms of like how they prepare. Sort of like this podcast right now, right? But I'm obviously not getting paid for this, so that's fine.
Yeah, that would be even worse.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's a big thing right now, right? Like, obviously tomorrow there's a big patch coming in. Well, it's being patched in right now. It's gonna be available in like 5-6 hours, and I would say the biggest thing is mods being added to casual. I would like to get all of you guys' perspective on it.
It's only being added to casual, right?
Yeah, it
The
is only
mods.
being added to casual. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so. Shogun here. I think that that's fine, but I think that they're definitely going to have to like reassess how like they need to make it to where like maybe players can also obtain mods through doing weekly missions, just in case the player base doesn't play Mashmak. Because it's like we're just gonna have to say it, right? It's gonna make casual pay to win. If you buy Corite, you can min max on that auction house like what mods you want to kind of get your build organized the way you need it. And there's going to be meta lists, and if there aren't already, and I think it's an interesting thing to add to casual, but I get that they want people to play, so if people can like bring their mods in. Mods are also not that hard to get in Mashmak, but it's some people, you know, the idea of like going to PvP, PvE, it's not everybody's forte.
Okay,
But
but
I think it's interesting.
before I ask you others about it, what's your take then? Like, for example, I'm a champion Lumine main, right? And I would very much like to play other mechs because I'm very tired of people not playing the objective. And me as Lumine, well, it's like a fly. You just swap away and that's it. Where am I supposed to practice those mechs if there's no mode that basically mirrors the rank mode? Because in casual, there's now going to be mods. And mechs play very different with mods.
Oh yeah. I was having that issue actually starting ranked because I exclusively did Mashmak. When I started playing, I put like 20 hours in Mash. And then I went and played ranked, and my Panaka plays way different in Mashmak than they do in ranked. I think if they brought mods to ranked, I don't think that's the play. I think for ranked gameplay specifically, I think you need to keep everybody at the same level. So if you were going to include mods, I think what they should do is for ranked, everybody who's a certain rank should get access to all the mods of a certain color. And then at like indestructible, right? We'll just use that as the highest caliber. They should have access to every single mod to mod out their kit for indestructible games, right? Or for the bracket they're in. And maybe you could bring your like the mods you do have access to in like pre-rank, but I just feel like rank's supposed to be everybody at the same level doing like it's the same competition. It shouldn't be people having like edges. I don't know, because people are just going to min-max and metagame the hell out of their mods in ranked, and it's supposed to be about like the pilot and the gameplay part. Usually ranked games don't use stuff like that.
I don't think anyone wants mods in ranked, but what I was asking specifically about, and you others please chime in, we won't have a mode anymore that has the same canvas, so to say, as ranked to practice other stuff.
I'd like to
Okay.
add
To like have the
something.
same. Yeah, please go ahead.
So Maki here. I think the root cause of this is how it was initially designed because mods were initially introduced to the game. They decided to leave it out of probably goodwill when we started the beta, but now it is like being reintroduced back into the game. That to me speaks that it is rather a heart-hearted or a half-hearted attempt at putting things and putting mods back in place. Probably because it's part of the economy. I'm not entirely sure. That's how it speaks to me. And I think we're now at a point where the idea is mods or no. Because if you're gonna have mods, yeah, make it so that it functions like items in like League of Legends or something like that. Because that is also skill expression. Learning how to do that is part of how you can express it. You know how to itemize for the game. It's just that it was initially introduced to us that these are not part of the kits but now it's being reintroduced back to casual. I think that's where the friction lies. So my opinion of it is that um although I don't think it's not gonna win any good votes, but if there's any, but I think if the mods are in casual, it should be a toggleable option, like a mods casual, yes mods casual or no mods casual kind of deal, like a toggle switch that you can toggle between, so you can have a canvas as well.
While I would agree, we do not have the player base for that. That's the issue.
I was
Exactly.
I was gonna chime in, Captain Yuna here. So the way I see it, I'm personally. So if you've been playing the game for a while, you might recall that during the August playtest last year, mods were actually in ranked. That was as said. That was removed out of potentially goodwill. We're not quite sure, and now they're being reintroduced to casual with no mention whether it ever be reintroduced. Yeah, we absolutely do not. Especially, I'm not sure how it is on the other servers, but definitely not on the EU servers. We definitely don't have the player base for a toggleable option. So there's inevitably going to be different matters in place. While I personally think that the mods are not effective, how do I best put this? They don't
They can stack up
affect.
easily.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, sorry.
They don't affect mod stat enough to shift the performance of the individual strikers that much. Of course, it is a bit. And it removes casual, and it does take away from casual being essentially a playground. But on the other hand, we have to be honest here. Has anyone used it for that? Prior to
Yes.
okay, yeah, you have. that makes one. I guess we can do. Okay, sure. I guess we can go and start a head count here. That makes 2, I guess. But okay, let me adjust that then. I would say most people haven't used it for that. At least, mostly
yes
because-
and no.
mostly because sorry, I wasn't done yet. Mostly because prior to the most recent patches, there wasn't really a reason to play casual. It was you couldn't collect mission tokens, you couldn't complete achievements, you couldn't complete missions. Okay, achievements you still can't get. That's beside the point. But yeah, you couldn't really collect anything. It was just you play. It was like playing a match of Quake 3. If for those old enough to remember that, I'm not. I just spent way too
I
much time
understood
playing.
that reference.
I just spent way too much time playing random video games. But now with these changes, at least there's for many people, because a lot of people just want to play games and get rewarded for it. We're not really in the era anymore where you can create a video game with no rewards, with no reward system. So there's actually going to be something resembling a queue in casual. Unfortunately, now we have the mods, and they're going to take away from the opportunity to practice. Because I admit, I should also practice other strikers so that your chat will stop disliking me. Because I want to get along. Because again, I want to get along with you. Oh, I really like your content, and I don't want to ruin your day by being an Alisness main.
My chat doesn't dislike you that much, don't worry.
But I'm just poking a bit of fun here.
Yeah. But like, I think there's more people who would use it for practicing if, and this is another issue that doesn't even have to do with the mods. We went in yesterday. I grabbed a couple top 100 people from EU. I had to get 2 wins on Vulcan, right? I was like, for weekly missions. I was like, we're just gonna do this in casual. Should be nice, quick, easy, chill. It was not. It took us like over an hour. Because apparently like no matter how long we waited for a game, it could have been like a minute until pop, 30 seconds, sometimes 5 minutes. We almost always had a full bot lobby on the enemy team. Mind you, we were like 6 pre-made like actual humans. And the bots scale based on your rank in rank mode. And they have
don't.
aimbot as well. They do.
Dude, that is insane.
Oof.
They do, and you can't practice with that either. I can't go against someone who's like champion or higher bot with like way better aim than like an actual player will have. It took us legit, I kid you not, over an hour to get 2 wins. Now, mind you, I'm a dogshit Vulcan, so I did not contribute a lot. But we are top 100 players who are good. And I also agree, those games are like 10 times more sweaty than going in actual indestructible lobbies. So we have like the mod issue starting tomorrow. We have the bot issue, and we have the no matchmaking issue. Because it just takes your matchmaking rank from actual rank queue and applies that to the other queue, which should not happen as well. How do we fix that? No one?
think with the bots, you said you were in my bad. You said you were in a 6-player squad, right? And they were all
Yeah.
top 100?
No,
Or
2 of them. 2 or 3.
2. Okay. Huh. I mean, I tried to queue solo for casual, and because I wanted to practice on Hurricane for the changes coming up, and I couldn't even get like the queue time was like 9 minutes. So I was like, all right, I'll just do ranked or mash. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for that. It was like a 9-minute queue. I sat in it for 5. I was like, I'm not going to do this.
What time are you playing?
That leaves me dumbfounded, actually.
It was early morning for me on West Coast in the US. It was like maybe like 9, 8.
Oh my
8.
god.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
too early. Maybe people were still sleeping.
Whose
Also,
job is it?
very quick, Azrael made it in here. 'Cause some people are
Hi,
joining a
hi.
bit late. Do you quickly want to
Azrael?
introduce yourself as well? For all of the new people that just joined as well that want to contribute. I know some of you are just here to listen. That's fine, but everyone who wants to contribute, please just give a quick introduction. Who are you? What do you do? What do you do in Mecha Break?
I guess we're starting with me because I have an A in my name.
Go to order.
Hi, Azrael here. I make mediocre content mostly for Mecha Break. I just upload for fun, and I love this game, and I want to see it improve. That's why I make content for it, and I want to continue making content for it. But of course, I'm here to discuss why that's been kind of difficult lately.
And what do you do in Mecha Break? Do you do like mostly ranked, mostly mash, mix of everything?
I play mostly 6v6 when I can, mostly ranked 6v6. I main Stellaris, which I stubbornly call Hike because that's the name I've stuck with for about a year. And I second Panther, third Aleseness, though Ali feels kind of awkward in this patch, not gonna lie. But I'm a mostly melee oriented guy. I like my stealth melee boy. Yeah, ranked 6v6, and then occasionally 3v3, or not 3v3, fucking Mashmak with threes if I have a full squad because I'm not doing that with randoms.
Understandable. Right. Faz, you also just joined. Would you also quickly introduce yourself?
In Mecha Break, been playing since the other two betas. I mostly do ranked. I rarely do Mashmak, and I'm just a multi-role when it comes to the mechs that I play. I look at the lineup and I just go, I'm not playing that. I'm playing this. So just about jack of all trades, master of none.
All right. Magical, I'm not sure if you wanted to participate or just want to listen in. Because you're muted, so I would assume probably listening in. Then we would have Sadie next.
Me?
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, well, hey, what's up, everybody? I just came in here. I was gonna play Mecha Break, and then I saw that there was something going on in here, and then servers underneath.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wait, you don't know what's going on?
No, but I am
Oh, okay,
involved,
just...
so, like, I've been listening for a while, so I do know what's going on now. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Good morning. My name is Sadie Matty. I am a Native American from the Navajo Nation. I am a variety streamer. I literally stream all day, every day for like the past year and a half. I originally started off of Facebook, but yeah, Mecha Break is pretty cool. I definitely like it a lot. Like General 3 or 4, I think now. I play a lot of Falcon, and yeah, I've just been listening to what y'all have been going on and trying to take inspiration from it and taking notes and all that. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Keep going. On to the next person.
Nice. Right, then, got more and more people join. Ramen, did you want to chime in or are you listening? If there's no
Me?
response, I'm assuming listening. No, Ramen?
RamenRook.
Ramen is responding on the chat box.
Let's see.
Oh, I can't see that right now. I assume they're listening in.
Oh, they're
Um,
like voice chat.
Oh, they said that they're on
Ramen,
their phone.
they're
They
on
can
their
swap
phone.
and they can join.
Yeah,
I did not understand a word of that.
Ramen's
One
on their
person,
phone.
please. Okay. Sin, what about you?
So similar situation with ramen. I was on my phone, but I was able to quickly change to my PC. Anyway, that's enough of that technical side. Hi, I'm Sinsin. I was, or currently am, variety streamer. Used to play a lot of random games. I, for the most part, I did play War Thunder at the very beginning. Yes, I know, cringe. Anyway, and then I started really getting into mech gameplay, mainly because, the beta test of Mecha Break. Honestly, for what it is like it's I've been really enjoying it. Something that's like, cause I did play Overwatch. I know, cringe, but it's like this game just feels like very different than that one. And so I like it helped me start getting to know more about the mech scene. I got Armor Core, started with 6, but I want to play the other ones. Yes, I finished watching G-Quox. I love the ending of episode 11 with that music thing. Is like, interesting. But yeah, um,
That whole anime.
I
Sin,
don't.
you're casually dropping your whole CV. I don't want to cut you off, but you went a lot longer than the others.
Oh, is my mic cutting off?
No, you're dropping your whole CV, your whole life history.
Oh, I do apologize.
Oh, good. Just want to give the other people that joined in a chance to quickly introduce themselves as well before we go back on to topic. Violet, did you? Violet and Viv, you two. I think Viv, you talked
Yeah.
already, but let's start with Violet.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. Just someone from Impact. It's my bedtime now, but because I forgot to watch a stream. Yeah, I tweet up. So hop in just to listening.
All right, and then Viv,
Hello?
and I think then we grab everyone.
Yeah, my
Trauma
name
and
is Viv.
unmuted.
Who?
Go ahead, Viv.
Oh, my name is Viv or Vivren. I'm more of a focused streamer, streaming pretty much only Mecha Break right now, and I play for the Walk-in Shipping Company.
Nice.
Fuck Welkin.
Wilkins.
Yay, Velkin.
I'm Ramen. I was on
players.
my phone a second ago and didn't want to subject you all to terrible phone quality, Mike. But I make YouTube videos and stream Mecha Break on occasion, and I was one of the lucky members who was able to go to China and play in the international.
Ooh, that's nice.
Really?
Cool.
Nice.
Yep.
We got a VIP in
Congrats,
here,
brother.
guys. Right, and then Yariella just joined as well. Did you want to chime in or listen in only?
I mean, I could chime in. I'm the same with Ramen. I was in his team. I protected Ramen as the melee player. So yeah.
Right, for everyone that just joined in, feel free to drop your links as well into my Discord. Not my Discord, my Twitch, sorry. So people can give you a follow as well, because shoutouts do not work for, I think we're nearly 15 people in here now, or 20. If you just joined, we were talking about the state of changes to the casual queue. We have been touching on the maintenance time and the notice or lack thereof. Like maybe all of you new guys that just joined want to chime in on that as well, because I work marketing and PR, and giving us that short notice for like a 6-hour maintenance on a weekend day, doing special drops and stuff, like it's bad for us, but it's also bad for them, right? Because special drops lure in viewers to see your product on Twitch, and they are taking that away during a weekend for the whole Western Hemisphere, basically. What are your takes on that?
So
I'm
oh.
gonna. Well, oh, sorry. If you want to speak first.
No. Go first. Go first.
Okay, so yeah. Well, I did a little bit of streaming, like when it was first starting on Saturday. Like yeah, I did streaming, and then like I kind of ended. Had a real life event, and then my hope was that I would be somewhat live around this time. To continue on with the special drops, and I was also a bit blindsided by the scheduled maintenance that it was gonna last like you said 5 or 6 hours. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna do nothing. I guess I'll just go back to sleep or something and wait.
Yeah. Herek, I think you also wanted to chime in.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at this from like a company standpoint and also like streaming and like professionalism. It is highly unprofessional what they're doing, and it's this is going to be very alienating for the EU and the US community, because they're obviously putting the Asian hemisphere first and foremost, and also like they don't schedule and notice people. They put out like this special drops weekend and like hypes that up, and then like, oh, we kind of forgot, but you're gonna get to know the same day, and ruin people's, like, not just like for those of you who earn money from streaming, like people's livelihoods and income and stuff. So it's highly unprofessional from a studio to do anything like that, in my sense and regard. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I don't understand like how their PR segment works if they have like a Western side of that communicates with the Chinese side of the development team. Like, comparing with Marvel Rivals that does it super well and they communicate with their community, I feel like if CSUN does not shape things up, they might have a problem going forward, like the next 3 months.
yeah, and I think, I mean, I don't know if like you guys were expecting the same, but the last maintenance happened on a Monday, still at 6 p.m., which still sucks. We don't need to argue about that. At least NA didn't get like messed up as much with that because it was during a weekday. EU still got absolutely shafted, but I at least expected the patch to be tomorrow again because they communicated the 28th for the patch initially. It is the 28th in Asia right now, where the maintenance is mostly, based on. But I wonder, like going forward, are we just getting random maintenances so we can't ever plan? Because normally games have like a set schedule for maintenances, right? Like Final Fantasy 14 always has like Tuesday, for example. Obviously, emergency maintenances, different story. I don't think we need to discuss that part. But like knowing an actual schedule would be nice for like not just for us as content creators, but just for all players.
Oh yes.
Especially
I
like
was
way
just
ahead of time, because it's like they notify us like only a few hours like beforehand.
Yeah.
Do we know if they've ever done actual scheduled maintenance with the game being out? Because like ever since I've played, I've never seen the game be down. Like, like in Steam, some games will post like, "Hey, scheduled maintenance." Do they do that with this?
Never seen
No.
it.
They do
I
No,
think we
in
I
only
have
had
not.
yeah, in the Discord.
So-
we only had
one
2 so far.
So like planned maintenance is typically rare.
Seems like
So
it.
I wouldn't.
so far from what they've been showing lately, it's been just out of the blue.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
would
It's
not
not
call
like
it
a
rare.
month or 2 weeks beforehand.
Yeah, we had a maintenance. I mean, the game has only been out for roughly a month, right? We had one
Yes,
maintenance. Was it 2 weeks ago on the Monday, and now another one. I do think it's like a long window as well for maintenance without like massively new content getting added in or something. But that's again another topic. But both of them, like the last one 2 weeks ago, had the exact same thing where like it was like very short notice maintenance information, kind of like the same time frame as today, if I remember correctly.
At least that was on a Monday though. 'Cause there's a
Mhm.
lot of
Yeah.
people that can only play on the weekend, talking from like a player standpoint, because people have jobs and a life and school, and so it's kind of really messed up that they did it on a Sunday during when people could actually play in the middle of the day.
Especially like
Yeah.
most of the streamers, if I remember correctly, are mostly Western Hemisphere or
That's
I
especially
EU
odd.
side. I got the geography wrong.
I think for streamers it's
sorry.
one sec. I think for streamers it's more like majority of us doesn't really notice the Asian streamers that much because like time zone things. I do definitely when I wake up in the mornings, like I'm a U-based as well, and I wake up early. There's definitely a lot of Asian people online as well. I just think we don't have that overlap with them, so it might seem like it's mostly Western content creators, but I think there's a lot of Asian content creators as well. And keep in mind that Bilibili exists, so they don't all stream on Twitch. I think there's a massive content creator space there that we don't see on Twitch. That's something to consider as well. But either way, the timing sucks as for us.
Do we know if we have in our Discord, do we have any of the devs in here?
I'm not sure, but let's keep that out of the
kinda,
talk.
but not really. We
Not
only
not
really
to not to not to like say a name. I'm just curious because I've been in other content creator programs before with other games where usually the devs are kind of involved with the content creator Discord, and I was just curious because like having that kind of transparency helps us like develop organization, like we can organize in the Discord and then kind of offload that to the devs in a way that's digestible as a group. And I don't think we really kind of have that structure in the Discord at the moment to even attempt that.
Yeah,
Well,
we only
I
have
don't.
our moderators are only other content creators.
guys, can we please keep like the Discord talk out of this?
Yeah, this is
That
part.
would. It's not fitting.
This is being
Okay.
streamed to about to over 250 people. Maybe
Yeah.
don't talk too much about the inner workings of. Maybe let's not.
Yeah.
talk
We
too
just
much,
stop
yeah.
that topic now and move on. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like, what would your suggestions be for maintenance to like keep it kind of fair for all time zones? I know that's always not always possible. I know, for example, that the like some games do like different maintenance for the Asian countries versus the Western countries, right? Like, would that be a solution? You guys think?
Honestly, yeah. Since the servers are already separated by region, so might as well do rolling maintenance.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I think it'd just be like.
have an
I think just be
opinion.
transparent about time.
I mean, like with the Monday schedule, it's been perfect. It works so far, and with like someone else said, the servers being separate and separate accounts, it's like why not?
No.
I'll
Would be
chime in
nice.
again. The one thing I feel like the devs need to be more transparent about is at least give everybody, both players and communities and streamers, couple of days ahead of time. It's the same thing with the special drops too, because they drop that like late Friday, and people need to
Yeah.
like rework their schedules and like panic mode kind of, right? And it's not productive. Like it's again highly unprofessional, like compared to any other live service game I play. It's always ahead of time so people can plan around it, because people have lives, families, stuff to do too, right? So it's like I feel like they really need to get that in shape and like have direct communication with the Western communities. Have representatives from the dev team directly from China, like. And again, Marvel Rivals does this well. Like the main devs and creative director of Rivals, they learned English to cater internationally instead of narrow down like how they do things from a dev side of things. So comparisons, obviously.
Yeah, we actually have someone in chat right now who's playing on a Chinese server. So Dafu, would you be able to tell us when you got information about the maintenance? Because I'd be interested to know if the Asian players got information about it at a different time than we did. To put it into perspective, we got to know about it roughly 6 hours ago. I don't have the
Yeah.
exact timestamp right now, but I feel like it was like 2 p.m. or something for like at least Europe.
Around
But
those
I
times, yeah.
agree. Letting us know a few days beforehand and also having a set day, right? I get this is only the second maintenance. So let's see what happens on the third one. But if we at least know the day, I would have planned my day different as well, right? Like I booked stuff in real life tomorrow now because I was like, oh, it's gonna be maintenance. 2 hours later, boom, no, it's not going to be maintenance. I'm like, oh well, shit. That's
I think
it's pretty bad.
I think if they're gonna roll out patches, they should be giving out an advance notice that patch goes live by this date or this date, so that it's like a week ahead that we can plan our schedules around it. These things are, let's say, there are development related items that needed to be taken care of. This is part of their work, and this should be like they already have a deadline to work with. It feels to me that their deadline is the 30th. They finish things today, so they're trying to roll things today. So I hope they don't do that again. That if they want to release it on the 30th, just release it on the 30th, even if you're early.
Yeah. Because I think like the based on location maintenance would be ideal solution. I do not think that's realistically going to happen. I don't think we matter enough to say it straight out. Like we've seen it also on like tournaments, being like China mostly. I don't think has there been an official event for like EU yet? I think NA had like the
No.
streamer event with some streamers, right? I believe there was something, but I don't think
Which
EU had
Rivals?
anything. No, Mecha Break.
Oh, for Mecha Break. Yeah, no. Like it was just the China stuff.
The closest thing we got to a European thing was the Gamescom booth last year and this year.
Oh, also,
Yep.
Darfur, the player from the China server, Chinese side will send out a notice a few days in advance to inform of the server maintenance.
Oh, cool.
That's all what we're asking for. We get it a couple hours in advance.
Wow.
That's like a
Regarding
big
with the streamer
difference.
event on NA, that's still in planning. It's not officially set yet.
Okay.
Okay.
That's yeah. But like my fears a little bit. They are losing the players right now. When now is the crucial phase to keep them. Like we got kind of. I'm just gonna say it. Bad decisions after bad decisions. We had like for everyone who didn't play the beta. So you understand what we're talking about. We could customize our character's eyes. Like we could customize the color. There was a lot you could customize. You could customize your lip color. Those things are now sold in the cash shop on a weekly rotating basis. You can't sell them in the marketplace. And it's just a specific color. Like you see, I won't ever get the exact color that I had on my beta character, for example. That's the first bad thing. That got a lot of backlash. There has never been a statement about it, why they chose to do that. From like marketing point of view, I understand. They are a business. They want to sell styles. So more money comes in. But there's other solutions to this. You can still sell the style and let people manually for that specific style at least get the color slider. Because I think people who really like the game, while that wouldn't be ideal, at least you'd have the slider back. Then there's an extra cash grab in, for example, an eyeliner being sold for a male and female version. It's the same eyeliner. So if you want to play a female and male pilot, and some people do that, like they switch between the pilots, and you want to use the same thing, you got to buy it twice. No comment from them whatsoever on that change. That's like PR disaster. I'm just going to say it like that.
I could chime in. I think, like, speaking of eyeliner, have y'all noticed that the tattoos seem to be universal, but eyeliner isn't?
Yes, I've noticed.
I find that incredibly
Weird.
odd.
Yes.
That is weird.
But they don't sell tattoos, do they? The tattoos are all unlocked. So stuff that's all unlocked already is a different story, I think.
I did have tattoos in the in my personal shop. It's just at the very
Same.
bottom.
And then eyes are also tied to gender, which I find weird.
Yeah. And then you get like the shop as well. You get like I said, it rotates. You can get duplicates the week after. I, for example, I have a female pilot only. I have zero interest in a male pilot, and my shop currently has half male options. I don't understand why they don't just make it unisex and whichever, because if they want to sell two of them, make it unisex. You apply it, let's say, to the female pilot. If you want it for the male pilot as well, you need to buy it again.
Yeah.
That would already solve the male-female item issue, though. Right?
I agree, yeah.
Absolutely.
At least they fixed where you had to pay chlorite to make a second, the other gender character.
Yes, but I heard, I can't confirm, but I heard from my chat that now I think you need to pay, is it chlorite or is it matrix currency to unlock the marketplace? It's not unlocked automatically anymore. That's also wild to me.
Yes, because they prevent bot. I think Chinese bot that they abuse the market.
Mm,
You need
Mm.
you
You need to spend
to spend
20,000 mission token.
yes.
What?
yeah.
Oh,
This is how
20,000
people
mission
find out.
tokens to unlock the market.
Oh,
What?
shit!
Yeah, that is more than a
Jeez.
mech, guys. A mech costs 15k. The market costs 20k, and that money is gone. It's just gone. You don't get anything in
No, no.
return. You get
I think
access, but you don't.
it's like it's
That's
not
as
the
much as
market
the gym
cost, but
card.
spend on something else. You know, like you
So
might
that's
you buy a Mac, or everything, and it
That's
increase to unlock the market.
that's something to think
Ah,
about is they're adding mods to casual, but if a new player joins, they can't play they can't use the they can't use the market. They can do Mashmak, but they can't make Quarite.
yeah.
That's brutal.
There's also no news of combat readiness related to casual. It's not included in the patch. So if I have better mods than you, do I automatically win because I have better stats?
Probably. And
Seems like
there's
it.
one
Mm-hmm.
Depends on the
one
stats,
concern we
though.
have.
Mm-hmm.
One concern, like we talked about earlier in my stream as well, was will the bots also get mods? Because the bots already messed us up hard yesterday. Because, like I said, indestructible level kind of bots. If they will get all golden mods, which would make sense if they are like scaled to your rank, no one will be able to beat them. It's like no one is going to play casual anymore. I honestly think that adding mods to casual is going to kill the queue even more than it is now. Right now, people don't play it because there's no proper matchmaking and you can't get achievements in it. And it's just filled up with bots. Like, no matter if you have like a 1 minute queue or like a 10-minute queue, it's bots. If now the mods get added to it as well, it's going to make for an absolutely terrible new player experience, as you guys said. Because if I'm a new player, I would probably not jump into the ranked queue. I would go into casual queue first, right? That's like the normal thing to do. Like,
Need some
rarely
practice
anyone
here.
goes like, rarely anyone goes like straight into ranked. And then you don't have anything, and the enemy bots are like fully stacked, or like enemy players as well at that point. That is going to be a terrible experience for new players. And how is that going to help the longevity?
I want to chime
in on that too. Or,
Oh,
Yeah.
go first.
Choose who goes first.
rock, paper, scissors, how are you first?
Oh, okay. First of all, this is again alienating potential new players. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off. I think the entire mod system and the Mashmak game mode is the dumbest decision they made for this game. They should have never. Should have been an upcoming separate mode that is totally separated from the multiplayer side of the game. Casual is supposed to bring in new players, make them interested enough to might want to dip into ranked. Because let's be honest, in most of these games, ranked is where the hardcore players will be. Mashmak will die fast. And they also made the entire monetized side of the game so predatory. I'm gonna be one that says it. It's so predatory because they did the same mistake as Warcraft did back in the day, and what Diablo 3 did, they made it user based. And then people will use money to buy currency instead of playing Mashmak just to buy stuff. Right?
Yep.
And it's gonna crash and burn the game so fast. It's just a sad fact, and I'm seeing the writing on the wall. I don't want to say it because I love the aesthetics of the game, the graphics, the gameplay. Because for me, skill is king. In any of these hero shooters, skill is king, and that's what it's supposed to be. Not mods and anything like that. It's supposed to be about the player or like the pilot in the plane, not the plane. That's kind of how my logic is. Top Gun reference. But again, the monetization is shit, and it's gonna ruin and destroy the game before it gets 4 feet to walk on.
Yep, agreed.
You
we had someone else who wanted to chime in, right?
Yeah, Fazir. So I come from Warframe, and knowing the player base of like if anyone knows the Ribbon mod system, it's like it's not optimal for builds, but some people swear by it. And looking more into the modding system, so yeah, there's a benefit and a downside to each one. At the same time, though, you could just stack on, for instance, most of the mechs right now use laser weapons. You could just stack on energy defense and call it a day.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
God,
with how
welcome with even more
Mashmak
energy defense.
Oh,
and
joy.
granted, they're trying to improve Mashmak right now with 2 extraction points per point. What's stopping people from just taking the 50-50 and camping?
oh, nothing. I mean, people are already camping, right?
Yeah.
And I think there would be a really good way for like mods to exist in Mash without affecting the PvP side of things, and that is a PvE Mash mode where like you still go in with your like 3-man group, and everyone has like little objectives. If like all the little objectives are like fulfilled by every group, you spawn like one massive boss. I'm not talking about like the colossal bosses we have right now. I'm talking about something that's actually like akin to like a raid boss in like MMORPGs, and everyone works together, and you can get like rare loot and
Or
God knows what.
Or that one boss that we fought in the tutorial. He actually used to be in one of the betas, and that thing's difficult.
I'm pretty sure it's still
Not
in.
sure if I know that one.
I haven't seen it just yet.
It's just not very common, I don't think. Like, I think I've seen it like once or twice, even like in February.
I used to remember back in the betas, it would always spawn near an extraction point, so you had to get rid of it. But yeah, with the modding system against the casual, and considering how they do their market system, you can't just like set it for the lowest price and just give it to someone. It's always set to like, oh, you have to price it to the minimum. So like a
They
gold
just
mod
need
could
to
be
not
like
make
1,000
mods mean
Korite,
each other.
and that's like $10 already.
Yeah, but like I think like there's a lot of voices of people online as well that say, hey, this game looks interesting, but I'm not interested in PvP at all, right? So there's like a full market. It's a full market they could tap into. And like I hear a lot of people, even people that currently actively play the game, go like, hey, I really want like a just chill, casual. Maybe like chill and casual is the wrong word, but like it could still be like intense PvE, but not have like an Aquila shoot you down from miles away, or like a Stellaris just like pop up behind you, one shot you sort of, right? With like very good mods and stuff.
May I
So there's like
may I
demand.
may I chime
Yeah,
in?
of course.
This kind of had this reminds me. It's like during the tutorial segment, how you like shown the controls of your mech. In this case, Eliseness. How about we take we have missions or like an actual dedicated missions or like a level design where you could queue up with either randoms or with your friends. You go to these level segments, fighting either mini bosses or like the random mech boss at the end, and then you get rewards for it, depending on it. I don't know. I'm
Warframe?
just kind of throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, we
I
did
guess.
this a bit ago.
Sounds like
Uh,
Warframe.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking this old game I used to play, Vindictus. It's like it was very linear. It was very linear, but I think at the end of the day, people want to feel like their mech, like they are they're piloting this, a mech. It's sort of like how we have this current system right now.
Mm. Like, just to get an idea, how many of you actively play Mesh because you enjoy how it is right now? Not because you want paints to sell or something, but because you enjoy the gameplay of it right now.
Honestly,
Maybe yeah, but maybe we
Sorry.
just go from top to bottom, because I would really like everyone to chime in on this.
Okay.
So you all see the Discord list. Just go from top to bottom and like 1 or 2 quick sentences so everyone gets their turn.
I don't like Mash. I'm gonna be real. I'm here for the 6v6, whether it's in ranked, which I have my own gripes with the ranked system, and I hope we can go over that like at some point. And then there's casual, which we've already talked about the bots, and then the mods being added to that. I don't want to play MASH. I want to be able to customize my striker without having to rip my hair out over getting the wrong kind of paint or losing 3 supply crates because some bloody Aquila came out of nowhere, shot me in the back 50 times.
It's relatable.
I don't like MASH. I don't like MASH. There's like 6 queues for them because there's 3 difficulties, and then there's trios and solos. I don't like MASH.
Right. So actually, before we jump to you, Yuna, we just had Calamari join. So Kala, we're just talking about if you like MASH or not. And since you just joined, please quickly introduce yourself and also feel free to drop your link in my Twitch.
Okay. Hello, I'm Calamari. I've been streaming. Well, I didn't play any of the betas, but I've been streaming and playing Mecha Break since it came out, the actually released. What was the question about Mashmak?
Do you like it? Like, do you genuinely enjoy it? Do you not like play it just to get paints, but you genuinely enjoy the game mode?
I enjoy it, but I'm also like I haven't really put a ton of time into it because I've been grinding 6v6, but now like because with the update they said they're adding mods to casual, right? For Verge. And so now I'm like behind, I guess, for getting the right mods if I want to play casual. But I mean I like playing it to get loot. I don't really focus on like the competitive side of it because that's for my 6v6 time.
Yeah. All right. Yuna.
Okay, so I kind of like it. The experience of exploring that island, taking on Thea's Vanguard units, just flying around with your mech is fun. I enjoy playing it until I encounter other players. It doesn't. It essentially immediately stops being fun the moment you encounter some Aquila hugging the skybox, or a Stellaris going, nothing personal, kid, or someone ganking you at an extraction point. It immediately ceases being fun.
So essentially, you like the PvE part, but not the PvP
Yeah,
part.
I like the idea. I wouldn't. I like the idea. I would really enjoy a Mashmak mode that was PvE only. I am not, but I am not a fan of how this is currently implemented, which is why I'm not playing it as much as I usually would otherwise want to.
All right.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
But, Yuna,
Sorry.
1 with 2 sentences.
Sorry.
Get me shorten it.
Go ahead, Fez.
So, agreeing with you, I like the PvE. As soon as PvP goes in, it's locked in, unless it's a mech that can counter you. If you're playing solo. But I like the loot, but I feel like you could focus the loot. It should be a thing. But this is coming from a Tarkov player.
Yeah. There's just quickly before we move over to you, Shogun, there's also been a change from the beta. Like in the beta, per mesh, you had, I think, 2 beacons, which let you send gear outside of the mode. So even if you died, you would always have some loot with you. They had a cooldown, so like you couldn't do like 2 right after each other like you can do now, but you didn't have to pay for them. Now, unless you have the battle pass, then you get 3 for free per week. Otherwise, you have to pay for them. There's also a change I really dislike. Shogun, please.
I've played only I haven't done solo queues Mashmak, but I've played quite a bit of the trios, and I really like Mashmak. I think the battles for like bosses when the whole lobby kind of ends up at the same spot is just chaotic craziness, and it's a lot of fun if you come out on top of it all. I haven't had I enjoy Mashmak. I haven't had too many issues with like looting or getting out. I think the extractions are pretty fair because there's a good number of opportunities to escape. I like the game mode.
Okay. Very rare opinion in here so far. Eric.
Yeah. Opinions. I don't like Mashmak. It's not my thing at all. I'm not an extraction shooter person at all. I'm here for the sweaty, competitive 6v6. That's kind of like my bread and butter. What I like tight team play and coordination and stuff. Mashmak. And as I said earlier, I feel like Mashmak has introduced a very predatory shop and marketplace for people. It's always gonna be a very, 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 very high pay to win rate with that. And people who just want to join in and play and have some fun are gonna feel so underbuilt up on their like mechs and abilities and stuff that they will just uninstall and just bounce out. So I'm also thinking about like how my peers and friends would think if they were dragged into playing the game. I think Mashmak was a big mistake. At least the PvE side of it. If they made it PvE and made it more like raids in World of Warcraft or in Destiny, like a hardcore PvE experience for co-op, it would have been way cooler.
Okay.
But again,
Abbas, you're not muted anymore, so did you want to chime in now or not?
wait. Huh? You didn't hear anything I said?
No, we did.
Oh.
But I thought you're done because I wanted to two short sentences.
Yeah, no.
You went
I
on a
had, like,
tangent.
Oh yeah, no, I had like a full tirade there. I don't like Mashmak. I feel like it was PvE PvP on that was a big mistake. It should been more like World of Warcraft and Destiny and stuff, like raids.
Eric, you were not muted. We heard you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was done then. Okay.
That's why I moved on to Abyss.
sorry.
But I think they're still not talking. So, Maki.
Yes, I don't play Mashmak, but I appreciate the people who who put in the paints. I'm honestly one of the guys who would spend the core rights buying the stuff that they sell out. I do understand paint quality, and I don't know how hard it is to get things. So I appreciate you, sweaty Mashmak people. I don't like your game mode.
Fair point. Well, it's me next. I think it's fun when your teammates don't cuck you over, which happens more often than I like to admit. I would, however, prefer it if it was PvE only. I can definitely live without the PvP part. As some others have said, I like the PvP 6v6, tight map, good coordination, or not. I mean, you all play ranked, so But yeah, could definitely do without the PvP for me. Right, Azrael.
I want to say that I hate it, but I've played it enough to have full gold on 3 mechs for mods, so...
Holy shit.
I think it... my main issue with that game is queue times. With that mode. In at least a hard and extreme. The other day I sat for 45 minutes before I finally found a match. But I play that mostly to sell paints. I don't actually like the PvP aspect of it. It's really annoying that you get a bunch of stuff, you go to extract, and then you have like 3 snipers sitting there waiting to kill you. So, yeah.
Yeah. Ramen.
I do somewhat like Mashmak. I only grind it for crates because like crates are the best. But there are some big issues. I don't know if any of you guys have tried doing the yellow locator beacon, but I did it yesterday with some friends. And there was another team that was camping the exit point and they killed us in the loading screen.
Yeah, I had that happen
That's
a couple times.
Yeah.
So like they should give you
realized,
like yeah.
That it was very lame. So after that I was not happy. But other than that I think Matchmak's okay. I only do it exclusively for the loot.
Thank you
But
for the
like, do
faints.
you do you fully like if you say you do it for like the loot mainly, that means it wouldn't make a difference to you if like the PvP was taken away and it was PvE only?
It would not make a difference if the loot was the
Okay.
same.
Okay. Then we have Panda who joined a bit ago. Wait, let me turn you down a bit. Okay. Now you can go, please. Hi.
Hello. I personally think that Mashmak would be so much better for if it was just PvE. I know a lot of friends that don't really want to play Mecha Break due to the primarily PvP focus. So
Mhm.
having a PvE thing would be good for bringing in new people and to help casual people just play.
Yeah, fair. Matty? Okay, Matty might be gone.
Hello.
Oh, there you
Oh,
are.
no, I'm right here. I'm right here. So, I have quite a few things to say. I was writing up a little tiny script
1 to
here.
2 sentences.
Is it
We need to
PvP?
move on.
Is it PvP, PvE? Is it trying to be a hero shooter like Overwatch, or is it just like Armored Core? It's just a Frankenstein of a bunch of different ideas. And Mecha
Okay.
Break is having that identity crisis. And going forward, I think they need to develop each of these modes further and take into account all of these criticisms that we're talking about, and just write them down and improve upon them. That's just about it.
Yeah, fair point. See? Short and to the point works. Sin, next, please.
Mashmak can be fun. I've done solo. I would say I wouldn't really change the rewards, but I would maybe tone it down the whole PvP aspect of Mashmak. That's it.
Right. Violet?
Yeah, I think it's a exception. So yeah, it needs a bit of some predator. But because of if you in the lowest level and you fight some bot, it's fun. But if you in the hard level or extreme level, it's sometimes unplayable. You know, people with
Mm.
full gear, yeah, will shot you like 2 times, 3 times, and you die. It's not playable.
Yeah, that's fair. Yari?
The PvP for me is 50-50. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it gets annoying, but the PvE, it's pretty fun to a certain point where you get bored and it gets repetitive.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think like so what we can summarize is no one would cry if the PvP part was gone. Like it doesn't seem to be like the main part why people do or enjoy Mashmak. I think honestly they because this is just like the sentiment I've gotten online as well. Be that like in yeah.
Sorry for interrupting, but I do know of at least one streamer that did a sponsor stream that did, in fact, enjoy the PvP aspect of Mashmak. But that's mainly because they like the roaming around, getting into scraps sort of situation.
Mm.
They
No,
love the
that's fair. I
risk
mean,
and the reward.
there's gonna be people that enjoy it, right? I'm sure the Aquilars that just snipe you, they have fun. But I feel like the I feel like the general sentiment is make it PvE only, but make it like higher stakes, like increase the PvE difficulty. Because like I mean the normal bosses that get dropped, they're not necessarily hard, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like more mechanics and stuff. And I feel like at that point you could also have like different roles than with the mods. Because like you could have someone that's like more like, I don't know, playing more evasive, or like someone just can dash a lot depending on like the mission you have. Like they have a good base with Mashmak, I would say, but they need to build upon it. And I very much agree with the comment on like identity crisis. That can be applied to the whole game, but I feel like that can be applied to just Mash as well. It's like you're gonna have like those super sweaty people in there with like their mods and yada, and that's gonna be unfun for like people who might be new or like just don't play Mash a lot, because getting those golden mods, that takes a while. And getting the golden mods you want takes even longer. So I don't know. I think they just need to reevaluate what to do with mesh. I also agree with the point that we have solo mesh, we have a trio mesh, and for each of one we have 3 different versions on an already relatively small player base, I would say, because there's already like a niche type of game, and they're currently splitting the player base into too many places. I think we tried mesh on hard mode earlier. After a 25-minute queue, we gave up. We were like, oh, fuck this. We're gonna do normal one just for the weekly mission. So I do think they need to work on it. Does anyone have like other points to add to mesh before we move on with the topic?
I think
Yes.
Aeon wanted to say something.
Yeah. So my thought process was, yes, we have the extraction shooter, but what if they use Mash? Because we have all this storyline stuff around it. Like almost every single thing I've seen takes place on Mashmak, like of the videos and such. So instead of just the PvEVP stuff, what if they use that to like actually do a storyline?
Yeah, that could
Like
be an
actually
idea.
have like a story mode around Amash. I understand that like some people don't like that. I understand it's harder, but that's my thought process of something that could potentially be done.
But would we want them to focus on that in the current state of the game already? Because I feel like there's other parts that need more fixing at the moment.
Yeah, like not as a long term, like maybe have a seasonal story on it.
Okay.
At most.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
Kind of a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like for like an what's it called? Expansion, kinda. Like after
Yeah.
a year to introduce some new mode or something. Yeah, I like that idea.
Season 2.
Okay. I was going to say that the Mashmak technically already has some pieces that can be used for a challenging PvE experience. It's just infrequent for players to get to them. There are these instance dungeons, and I remember doing one and failing the objective because there was just too many enemies, and we weren't really well set up for that kind of enemy density. I've also seen footage of just a straight up boss fight, and the boss in particular can be seen in the release date trailer with the weird Bolteus looking ring and the Bolty beam thing. As far as I know, that entity boss thing only shows up in like the extreme Mashmak dungeon, so
It's the gold key.
yeah. Like I said,
Are you referring to, was it Mallow? The one that we
It's
fight in
Hellcat.
the
It's Hellcat he's referring to.
Hellcat.
I've not found him yet, but
You have to
I'll
do
find
the
out then.
golden locator beacon.
Gotcha.
I guess I wanted to say like there is a way to like short-term transition using the pieces that they have available that not many people have experienced.
Yeah, that's fair. That they do need to fix the getting killed in the loading screen. That's the same as like executions.
To
All right.
follow up on the getting killed and loading screen, when I played Mashmak with like my trio, we didn't get like killed in our loading screen or like by players when we went out of like our purple locator beacon. But what did happen was the moment we got out of the door, we were dead center in a big storm. So yeah, all of us died.
Yeah, that sounds like there's some things they didn't really think through. I feel like that should not be an option, right? Like
if there was like at least like an invulnerability timer at least like upon exiting, I feel like there would probably be a start.
yeah, or you just knowing, so you know, like, okay, we just got to dash. But I mean, if you're like in the middle of like a massive big storm, there's no chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. All right. I think with that we move on from Mash and Azrael. I think you're gonna have a lot to say now. Let's talk about ranked. The current state of the ranked mode. I only played the second beta. I wasn't like available during the first beta, and I gave them extensive feedback on how ranked currently works. Some of my main points being like, okay, people gain too many points and lose too little, which is fine. And like bronze, like motivate people first, but it should shift at some point. I would not consider myself a good player, and I still made it to champion now. Then in general, like people climb too fast, so like high elo is incredibly inflated. You will like I believe like the higher ranks, you should only get there if you actually know that payload maps don't mean team death mode matches. Like I think we've all experienced that. And the like you should also be able to demote. Now I'm someone who's like struggling in league rank, but I think demoting helps a lot to actually, like have people be in the rank they kind of belong in. And this recent addition of, I think it's up until gold, you can't lose points, is only adding to the problem. Like you already lost like you lost like maybe 5, 10 if we're generous, and you won like 70. Why give a rank protection for that? Like you're done through those matches in one afternoon of playing. So that's my thoughts on it. At least like how the system works, not touching on actual in-game stuff. But Azrael, I know you're like dying to talk about this. So I'll let you go first.
Okay, where do I begin? All right. We're going to make a comparison real quick. Now, if I'm remembering right, because I did look like yesterday. All right. Siege has like what? 7 ranks? Let's see. League of Legends has 10. Why does Mecha Break have 11? If even then, we cut out Indestructible because that's top like what 500. That's still 10 ranks. Why do we have the same amount of ranks as one of the most popular free-to-play games?
Yeah.
And it's even worse because like half those ranks, like all the way from bronze to even GM, Grandmaster, they have bots in them. So it's like those ranks hardly even matter. Why? And we already mentioned the very large disparity between win and like loss in terms of points for matches. So it just causes way too much inflation, and this causes inflated ego to rise up from players that arguably should not be in those higher ranks.
Yep, 100% agree. Hey, is there anyone here that disagrees?
No.
Just wanted to check.
I like the ego part.
As someone who, like, even in casual, has to deal with people being like, "You guys are trash," because they like got 1 kill on you.
It's the Triceratops for me that stands still when the Serenif attacks them. They just stand still. And then you're the shit healer because you didn't heal them through it.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are trash, Welkin, going into a 1v6.
I have gotten called a trash healer while playing Serenith.
I mean, to be
Really,
fair,
Serenith?
Serenith is a terrible healer.
No, they're harm assist.
But it's just the fact of like, if you don't know that, like just because I'm a support does not make me a healer.
Yeah.
Because Serenith is all about disruption. That's his entire thing. Which is actually why I'm glad about the Serenith buffs. Like the buffs that we got with Serenith, great. We could have nerfed Tricera a little bit more. I'm saying this as a person who plays Tricera, but
Oh yeah, but let's not talk about the buffs yet. Let's stay on topic for like the ranked mode in general for now.
Sorry.
I had I feel like I feel like especially with the last update, well, this update, they're adding like the mods to casual mode. I almost feel like they're trying to make the 6v6 competitive mode to encompass casual players and competitive players. So they're like, because it seems like they're trying to mash in the one. And so, because casual mode isn't going to be like practice for ranked mode anymore, because they'll have like the mods on it, right? So, and then the rank protection, I feel like also kind of hints at that a bit too, because it's like they want people to be able to get some happy feelings for not going down rank and be able to do something like a casual player, like getting something for it. And then there's certain ranks where you can derank from, which is, I guess you could say, for the competitive people. And I don't know if that type of like model of trying to put casual and competitive people in the same game is gonna work. But that kind of seems like what they're trying to do. And I'm not really sure if it's because maybe the numbers for the game aren't what they thought, or if they're trying to like consolidate. But it does seem like they're trying to put two modes into one for competitive 6v6. And it's like, I just don't think it's gonna. I don't think it really works
I mean,
for
you have
casual players or competitive players, you know?
yeah. You have
Yeah,
those two, and then you also have the achievement hunters. Because you
Right.
can't get them in casual. So there's like these people that like it might actually be like high elo players, like actual decent people, but they go onto like a random mech because they're like, oh, I want to get that achievement. I want to get that title or whatever, right? So they will play that and ignore objective or anything just to get that achievement done. And so I agree that it's a weird mix right now.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, why are we trying to put everyone that wants to do 6v6 things in the same mode? And then we're going to have other modes that don't affect any of the achievements, or like, well, I mean, not any, but a chunk of the achievements and stuff. Like, I feel like there should be a casual mode that you can still get some achievements and stuff. If that means they make the achievements a little more difficult because it's casual mode, okay. Like, but I don't think we should be trying to put casual people into the competitive mode and competitive mode people into a casual mode. And I feel like that's what they're doing. That like seems to be their solution. And I don't understand that at all.
It's beginning to feel like Conclave and Warframe, where it's like they have their own separate mods in there, and just like putting that in there, it's like, oh, you don't have this mod at this rank. Well, guess what? Screw you.
Yeah. Anyone else on it?
I think a huge problem that we have in ranked is because of everything's going on, and the fact that you can't lose rank. There's a huge skill disparity even up in like GM and above, of people who have kind of like just coasted by ranks being rewarded for playing not as a team, which then as you get higher, and you know, say if you get three people who are like, oh, I've won games just by going and fighting all the time or doing my own thing, and you get a team versus a team that's like, well, I'm playing as a team, we're rotating, we're playing the team game. It becomes a very unenjoyable experience. And then you get the people that aren't super competitive, that have also climbed, that just end up getting frustrated because they're running into the Welkins and everything, that have learned how to play the game, have learned their shield timings and positioning, and are just getting destroyed all the time. And just stop playing, which then becomes the queues become longer, the player base becomes smaller, and it's how toxicity starts growing, as I think the majority of us have witnessed in ranked.
Yeah.
I will say, I've only found the toxicity tend to appear towards the higher ranked areas of play, but I don't know. That might just be me.
Like I'm in general right now. I think it was general. I mostly found like toxicity around like GM and like even now in like general. And again, inflated egos and then just like the lack of loss and then just disparity, right? So
Yeah, I think that's like it's a ranked mode, but nothing is at stake. I think that's the best way to put it, right? Like you're like you might be like I don't know, like when I was trying to climb to like champion for general this week, at some point I dropped back to like general 5, I think, and then people were like, well, don't worry, like you can't drop lower. And we had a discussion earlier in stream or yesterday where people wanted to try new mechs as well, but they were like, oh, but I just got to legendary and I don't want to drop. And others were like, you can't drop. So once people have reached like a new threshold as well, where they feel like that might be like their skill ceiling, they might not climb more or whatever, they just start picking stuff for fun, right? And it's just a weird mix, like you guys have said. There's like too many things that are put into the one mode, and it will get worse with the mods being added to casual now. Like, I've been playing a lot of casual recently to like do some Dump Falcon challenge I have going on, and I don't know if I will do that anymore when the mods are there. Do I just take it to rank then, or like, do I have to do it in Ace? Like, and
Where do
Ace
you
still
go,
plays
you know?
different. Yeah, that's the thing. Where do you go to practice or to
Right,
just have
like,
fun? Because like, casual is not fun. Even now, it's not fun. It's not casual. It's sweaty.
I feel like also not having where you can D-rank, and then if you have everyone basically playing in rank, quote unquote ranked, and then people can't D-rank, then also people won't learn what they need to improve on as well. Which is like, so people won't necessarily be getting better. And then at the same time, some people just want to play the game, and then you have people trying to climb, and it's like the people who just want to play, they're not wrong for wanting to play and just like be casual, but it's kind of weird to put those people in with the same people that are like, okay, let me try to hardcore climb the game at the same time that someone just wants to like chill and like enjoy what they're doing. Like,
Yeah, someone in chat right now is like, was trying casual with a new player friend for the first time, and it was way sweatier than most ranked games. Like, it's just casual is not casual. Like, I feel like ranked right now is essentially normal queue that shows your MMR. That's it. And like the ranks are just like nice, like I don't know, to like push your ego or something. You can be like, hey, I made it to general or champion or whatever.
I'd like to add something to that topic, if it's okay.
Yeah, of course.
So my thoughts is that ranked should be a reflection of your skill. Everyone has a different skill level, and a lot of other games get that spirit right. But I think Mecha Break doesn't have that spirit correct, because rank is more like how many hours have you grinded and how many lucky streaks did you have. Somebody will get to grandmaster, but will have the skill level of somebody in silver if this is actually done right. Or somebody would be in champion, which I would actually get to play with a lot these days, whose actual map awareness or skill level or objective awareness would be somebody who should be in master learning his craft. So I think it's a matter of people, or it's a matter of the system adding in an actual demote system, so that people who got inflated into that rank don't get to stay in that rank. I think a demote should be added.
Yeah,
Can I chime
it's
in with a
a
thing?
no, Herrick, never. Of course, go
Oh,
ahead.
Lord. So This is a good idea, and I've seen this been implemented in both Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. It is personal performance that adds to how much points you are given in the matches in ranked, right? And this is something I feel like they should implement in Mecha Break too, because individual performance is such an important thing to how you play with your team. If you support your team and you play around the objectives in the game mode, kind of like me playing Velkin, right? Like I'm an AoE creator. I'm supposed to make space for everybody else to kick ass and like disrupt the tougher mechs. Like if I see a Trikera, I stand in front of them and just eat up all the damage, right? So that's
Boo.
me. That's me like helping out. But if I die, I at least made space for my other teammates to come in and kind of end the Trikera, right? It doesn't mean that I'm going for the kills, but it's more like me applying my skill set with the playable character or like the mech I'm playing to the benefit of my team, right? And I feel like that should be something they really need to work in, because that will also balance out the different ranks. Because individual
So you
performance will add to that.
so you're basically saying, because I think like the exact thing that you want, I wish League had that as well, but they don't. But like I think a first step towards that would be point gain based on your merit at the end of the match. I know that it doesn't include everything. Like for example, me as a Lumi main on the key maps, I do not get points for like interrupting the enemy from like getting the key, even though that is like a massive strategic part of that map. But like you're saying, if you have like more merit, you should gain more points than the person with less merit, basically.
Yeah,
on
that will weed out.
on
Oh, sorry.
I just had a question about merit. On a loss
Mm.
in ranked, does your merit affect the elo drag back, like your D
Yes.
rank?
Yes.
So if you have high merit, you're not going to have a lot of drag. Like you won't have as much drag as somebody who had low merit in terms of D ranking.
Yeah. That is
Okay.
like it is
Do
basically
we?
how Marvel Rivals does it now. If you do really, really well in your like class, like if you're a tank, if you're a DPS, or if you're a healer, you get more points if you win. But if you lose and you still do good as a team player, the ones that are doing the worst on your team are the ones that gets the hardest punishment. So they get kind of weeded out and put in their like the ranks they're supposed to be in.
Right.
Do we
I
know
pray
if
for
this
a
also
system like
applies
that.
for? Do we know if this also applies for gaining points? Because I know that like while I was climbing to champion, I definitely had some games I would gain like 35, but sometimes I'd also gain 55, right? Which is like a huge difference, obviously. Still overall too much compared to what you lose, in my opinion, because it makes you climb too fast. But does it apply like that for wins as well? Obviously, you have like the consecutive win bonus points, but other than that,
There's MVP.
So you got MVP, the merits.
I don't get
and then
MVP. I'm a Lumi main.
I get MVP as Lumi.
Yeah,
you
but
get
it's rare.
MVP, merit, and getting the win bonus can get you to rank up faster.
Hmm.
Along with
Speaking
the
of
win
like
bonus.
ranked though, on the side of solo queue, can I just talk about how terrible the ping system is? For one, you have to have better aim than your FCS just to ping a target. And then the amount of times I have been a tick of health, full minute, I've been invis next to a Pinaka or a Lumine. Invis literally in their face, like, look at me, I am standing still, I need help. If you want me to help you, help me. And they just boost away into the sunset.
Stop blaming your
Why-
healers.
I love the healers that heal me like the moment they look at if I'm like, it's not even about priority, right? Because if they heal the teammates that need it more, cool, that's great. I am invis, I will wait for my turn. But like I will go entire minutes without being healed. And then the problem with that is people will still not go for the objective, and I'm sitting here having to go to the objective by myself at like 2 HP because there's no, hey, I need repairs button. I know we hate the like DPS players that are like, I need healing. But we seriously need a I need repairs button because we don't have that, and the healers they're not able to notice. There should at least be some indicator that we need repairs like at the moment.
But
Because
that's inflation again.
it's hard. It is also inflation. The
Oh,
problem always stems back to inflation.
Inflation in game, inflation in real life. Whee!
I mean, I will admit I've been in one of those positions where it's like, hey, I'm the healer, but I've lost track of where my team is because everything's going everywhere. So I do agree having like a way to easy or more easily spot your allies would be useful because the amount of movement is so much more higher compared to anything close to this genre.
I mean, I as a
how this game is structured.
Yeah, as a healer main, and one trick, I will say the minimap needs work. So often there's like 5 people in 5 corners, and I can see on like the health bars, of course, someone is low, but I will have absolutely no fucking clue where you are. That's also one of the issues, right? Like, I want to heal, but sometimes people like Falcons, they are just at the other end of the map and expect you to fly to them. Not happening. And then they complain. B, it's really hard as a healer without voice comms to actually see where you are sometimes. Of course, like if someone is standing right in front of you and they don't get a heal, that's a different story. We don't need to argue about that part. But I think they wanted to add names to the minimap or something. That's all I ask for. Would make it way easier.
Maybe
Actually,
not even necessarily
they already-
names, like just the striker icons for friendlies.
That's already a thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you
that's
guys-
already a thing.
You
In
press
minimap?
Yeah. Okay. So the minimap has
Yeah.
2 different like modes or sizes. There's the default, which is small, and then if you press M or tilde, it goes into a larger version that has the striker icon, their names, and it also, if you can see it well enough, it also has their health information, and I think fluid armor on as well. Like it's a lot of info.
But like the icon, for example, let's be real. If it's like zoomed out, God knows how far, are you really gonna be able to tell which striker that is? Because I'm gonna be real, I wouldn't. They all look the same.
Now, that
That's
leads
just,
into another question I have. What button is that on controller?
No, that
Good
is
question.
Good question.
So
Now you check your setting.
one of the things I would like when it comes to the ping system is there have been so many times when I'm trying to ping an objective just like while looking at it, but it will like ping like the hill in front of me kind of thing. If you would like one thing that it would make my life so much easier in general would be if when you're targeting like a specific objective, if it like that superseded what was immediately in front of you, right? Or if you like also trying to ping an enemy like at a distance if you're not immediately locked onto them is such a pain in the ass.
That doesn't work. It lands in Nirvana.
It would be great because like say I can see the enemy Narukami. Like, but like having to try to ping their position versus just them. It's like,
Yeah.
like they're around here. Like,
Trying to ping a Lumine when they go boost mode, but you outline them for like 2 minutes of a fight.
Exactly.
I think having like a tap and double tap system for ping would also just work because then you can ping location like by say tap. You can use double tap for like supposed enemy location at the very like minimum.
I agree, but I also
like-
think that, like, I don't know where you guys have it, but for me, it's like the middle mouse wheel button, right? Like you just push that and then it marks somewhere on the map. I feel like 2 out of 5 times that also doesn't work. Like it doesn't ping. Like,
Yeah, or
it just
I've
doesn't
had
work.
it ping myself for some reason. It'll ping me.
Yeah.
I've also had that
So
happen.
it's like I don't think it's my mouse because I don't have this issue in other games. So something with input recognition by Mecha Break potentially.
I
Not
don't
sure.
like that the ping has to target someone first if you're trying to target an individual. Can I just make that a key?
Hmm.
Since we
Oh yeah, like no,
Sounds
that's
like a
brilliant.
quality of
Like
life
a
feature.
that's brilliant. Like in jet games or in airplane
Yeah.
games, target closest enemy, target furthest enemy. That's genius, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. A lot of people have been complaining about that with Marvel Rivals too, because the ping system there is kind of wonky, and I feel like Mecha Break suffers the same fate there. So yes, that would be genius, actually.
Hmm. Yeah. Technically, we'd have like the big topic of buffs and nerfs, but I think that's going a bit deep. And if I
What
would
do is go down the list.
as what we should do is let me talk. Sorry, but it's a bit hard to host if like you get interrupted. No, if because I'm not too into like the whole little numbers game. So if I would talk about that, I would like to have like an actual high elo main of each of those characters affected in here. Since we did this like very short notice, I don't think we have that right now, most likely. And I will admit I need to eat. I didn't eat yet due to short notice maintenance and just trying to get some stream time in.
Just
So
letting you
I
know there's an
kind of
ad
like
on
to.
the stream.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, that happens. I did want to say like I'm gonna start to slowly close it up, but like if any of you have like anything else you want to quickly touch on that we didn't talk about at all yet, now's your moment. Now's your chance.
I want to bring something up. It was somewhat sort of mentioned in regards to the input system stuff. So whenever there's like overlapping commands for like tapping and holding being two different things, there's almost this forced input delay whenever you're trying to do the hold version of the command. It's like trying to swap between the single strikes and the spin on Welkin, or the shotgun or laser beam on Inferno, stuff like that. I was wanting to know if anyone else noticed that, or if that's something just on my end.
I've noticed it with Falcon actually, with his loops. Because you need to press like 3 buttons as well. And I did bind them to my mouse button now because I just can't press those 3 buttons. Like, that's a topic in its own. But sometimes the mouse button will do the loop, and sometimes it will just do a dash. So I have definitely noticed it, but I've not played Welkin enough to have noticed it on him.
Okay.
I
I
got
will
an
say I have.
ending statement.
One after the other.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I have definitely noticed that in general. On like Falcon and such, like sometimes it's hard to do the movement stuff.
Hmm. All right, Howard.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay this out for everybody who loves Welkin. Welkin mains don't fear nerfs. The nerfs fear the Welkin mains.
I mean, I don't think that things they are nerfing on Welkin are the issues that Welkin has. So, or like the issues that the player base has with Welkin. I don't think it's the numbers, I think it's the kit. But that's just me as a certified Welkin hater.
It is definitely the kid.
Right? Like,
Oh,
he
man,
just does
I love
everything.
having my drones out. I love having my Where did they go? Where did my drones go? No.
Oh, excuse me.
That's me.
Yeah.
As someone
It's just.
that, oh, sorry.
No, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as someone that plays Tricera, I don't think the nerfs on it will like affect too much. Sure, I may not be able to rotate a turret fast, but it's like I go fortress mode, then back to striker, then kind of back. Cause I've gotten so used to it. So it's like I don't know. It's just weird.
I think
I
the whole
agree with that
balancing is weird.
because it's a matter of skill expression. If a Tricera doesn't shield cycle or uses parries, he's rather bad. So I'd rather me as a Tricera as well. I don't want to see other Triceras just sit on their fortress mode 100% of the time.
I mean, I'm happy Lumine got a small buff that no one asked for, so I can't complain.
Panaka's got longer reach. Let's go.
I mean, that can
Healer
actually be
surviving.
the longer reach is actually probably gonna help a
Bring back
lot.
beta
Yeah,
one
that's gonna be
Pinaka.
nice. That's gonna
Bring
be
back
it's
beta
gonna
one
be nice.
Pinaka.
No.
That and
No.
I wish
As someone
they
who
made
played Beta 1
Panaka's
Panaka, no.
I wish they made
Yes.
Panaka's drones a lot easier to know, like from the other teammate perspective. I wish when I popped drones out, y'all could see it a little better. Because sometimes
Yeah.
I'll have them out and no one can see them, so they don't get used. It's like, damn.
I get what you mean by that. His Ox 3?
Yeah, his little
Oh,
deploy
fuck,
drones, they
okay,
float
yeah.
in space, and if you get near it, it attaches to you. But they're
Yeah,
super
no,
I had
faint.
no idea.
They're
Yeah.
super tiny.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm healing. I'm out there, I promise.
You sure as Pinyaga that you're healing and not like slamming walls into their face?
I mean, that's a great way of executing, but yeah.
Yeah,
That,
anyone
the only gripe, and this is something I've been griping for a long time, was Mecha Break. And this is probably going to be something that's been oversaid 1,000 times. I have issue with melee in general in this game. Because honestly, in my personal opinion, but that's also coming from like an AC6 player, melee shouldn't be an immediate stun, in my personal opinion, but that's just me. And that's all I'm saying on that matter.
Well, may I ask, how would you picture a proper melee that isn't stunning right away? Because I'll be honest, even I'm limited on my experiences with melee mechanics in games. I haven't seen much examples.
So, like, again, like my main kind of like backing force with it is, again, comes from AC6, which
Oh, okay.
was kind of like a stagger bar. Like you can make it so it's not like a full, you have to hit them like 1,000 fucking times, but like some sort of visual stagger.
So like armor core, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, like kind of like Armored Core. But you know, that is just my personal opinion.
The way I see it, that's kind of a good idea. Just depend on how you implement it.
Yeah.
I think I want to just bite back on this for a second. Sorry, I joined late and I don't want to like, uh, start another topic about maybe like casual queues or mods and stuff like that. But the melee thing is really important for slowing down the game. This game is already pretty casual, unfriendly. You guys were complaining about the fact that people don't know where everybody is due to the confusing icons, and also nobody is used to having something like this where all your teammates can be 360 degrees around you, all around the map, 6 players all at once. That's like
Yeah.
up and down as well. That is not something that casual games are used to. And the melee has gone through several iterations, but the stun was always there to slow down the game pace. If the stun is not there, then there's no like way for them to slow down the game besides more hard CC. And I've seen more hard CC in some of the testings. You do not want more hard CC. And for the Armor 6 players or Armor Core players, I'm pretty sure most old guard Armor Core players hate the stagger system because it means that like you get punished really, really hard when the stagger accumulation, starts. And the stagger in Mecha Break, not Armor Core, is a lot better than the GDO2 system, where when you get hit in GDO2, you go down hard, and people have like 6 seconds to just wail on you with double beam swords. You know?
Yeah.
Question:
I'd like
What
to
is
add.
GDO? What is GDO2? Sorry,
Okay, so I was gonna say that, but in Armored Core, I guess Armored Core 6, when you get meleeed, can't you also try to break free from it regardless of what direction you're facing? Because the one thing that I learned now that I'm playing Mecha Break is the fact that if some striker is meleeing you, don't face it. You gotta face the other way. Otherwise, you're just gonna feel like some sticky hands are grabbing you, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. I've
Yeah,
never had much issues breaking away by doing the dodge out of the stun.
Okay, so it's
It
like, let's
depends.
say,
It depends on what mech you're going after. Welkin and Stellaris have really, really sticky melee attacks and tracking, but
it would
stuff
be
like
those two, yeah.
Elizabeth and Panther do not. So if you're running into troubles, it's probably because the Welkin is hitting you on the second and third hit with their insane tracking. Because that attack has insane tracking compared to
Well,
everything
okay,
else.
I guess I
Yeah,
can go with
Panther and
Stellaris as the example. So let's say both of our faces are facing each other. If I try to, as Falcon, try to fly into the direction of that striker's face, obviously I'm gonna feel like I may not be able to escape. So I would always just turn around then fly away. That's how I found out. Maybe it's just my personal experience because the last time I touched a mecha game was Armored Core 6, but that was like many months ago. And with Mecha Break, I only played one beta, which was the final one, and it's been a while basically. So that's why I learned the hard way of when you get trapped, it can be hard to break out.
Guys, I think Nani wants to
sorry.
eat. Maybe we can take this to up like an off-stream VC, and she can like get off.
Yeah.
Oh, would be great. I tried to imply that I'm trying to kind of shut it down, and then new people joined and
why
just
I was
open a
like,
new topic.
maybe we can continue another talk like this at some other point, because like there's a lot to talk about, and we have a lot of different perspectives on it. But I think talks
Yeah,
like
like
these are important for like really like trying to raise our concerns about the game and wanting it to improve. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity.
Wait, somebody
yeah,
was
like
somebody
I'm
streaming? Dang. That's a lot of people in
yeah.
here.
Yeah, I'm sorry that this was like very short notice. It's just like obviously when they dropped like the announcement very short notice for the maintenance, and we had heated discussions about it in the Discord. I was like, let's just do this. Like, it's it's content we can like all talk about it. I will most likely upload it to YouTube. I mean, it's like on the internet already now, anyways. So
that's right.
Unlucky if you didn't want that. If you could all that were in here, like send me a DM with your link. I will put your stuff into the YouTube thing as well. Just like your main channel that you want to be to have in there, and the name that you want to be shown in the description. And please feel free to continue discussing. However, the official podcast host show, whatever we want to call it, is going to end here because I do, in fact, need to eat. I'm on a weight loss journey, but I don't want to starve.
I'll just end it
Who
off with
needs
one thing though.
food?
Thank you so much for hosting this, Nani.
Yes, agreed.
Thumbs
Of
up
course.
from all of us.
Thank you.
On short notice.
Yeah, I had fun. I hope you guys had some fun as well.
Indeed.
And
So I'm not reading much in the discussion.
That's fine.
I'm gonna get another room made for
Be
us, guys.
free, money, be
Later,
free.
money.
All right, you all have a good one, yeah? Thank you for joining.
Yeah,
Bye.
likewise.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Nani.
you.
Thank you for your
Bye-bye.
time.